Hello everyone, and it's time for another vlog post of Unveiling the Spirit with myself, Stephanie K, also known as Sage the Coach. I am a certified life and relationship coach, or should I say a faith-based certified life and relationship coach, and I use these posts to unveil spiritual truths about contemporary topics, everyday issues, and personal struggles. And so what I want to talk about today is something that I know everybody has been talking about since it happened, which is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock on stage in front of the entire world, because even if it happened on live TV, it spread probably to the entire world afterwards, on like in front of everybody. Like, oh my goodness, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I didn't necessarily have this image of Will Smith that he would do something like that. And so it was shocking, a little bit funny, interesting, and as you know, brought out all types of questions from people of all walks of life about what it means, why did it happen, what should be the consequences, and everything like that. But the difference between all these other commentary that you're getting about what you're hearing, what's special about what I do, is I like to look at these things from a spiritual perspective, because spiritual things are behind everything that we do. Even people who are looking for meaning in what happened is a spiritual thing, because that's what our minds are created to do. It is created to derive meaning from our lives, and meaning is spiritual because you can't see it, you can't touch it. It exists in thoughts. One of the things that I want to kind of highlight, which I thought was very, very interesting, is Will Smith. In a lot of the articles that I've seen about this, a lot of people were saying that Denzel had told Will Smith that the devil will get you when you think you're on top, you know. And I thought this was really, really interesting. And some people really like to use the devil as a scapegoat when things like this happen, to say the devil made them do it and things like that. And I even think I saw an article or two where they were saying that Will Smith said that. But it's really important to understand, and this situation can be used for that, to understand exactly how the enemy works and what does that mean that he can get you when you think you're on top. Because what it comes down to is what's going on in your mind. And that's why you have to really be on guard, because as the Bible talks about, the war is not against flesh and blood. So his problem was not with Chris Rock himself. And a lot of times when we have problems with other people, we get focused on that person, when the Bible is very clear that the war is against flesh and is not against flesh and blood, but it's against spiritual powers and principalities in high places. And so a lot of those comes in the form of your thoughts and what you're thinking and what is influencing your thoughts and your thinking. And whatever is influencing your thoughts and your thinking, you will manifest in your behavior. Because Will Smith did not decide a week beforehand that he was going to, at the Oscars, go and smack Chris Rock on the stage. But there were already things planted in his mind before that point that would lead for him to behave that way in the midst of that high pressure situation. And that is what the enemy does. And so one of the things could have been, and I'm not in Will Smith's mind, so I don't know, he could have felt like maybe him and his wife had an argument just the day before, and she was saying how he never stands up for her. Or, you know, maybe him and his wife has had a problem in the past where she maybe have said he doesn't care about her feelings, you know. Or maybe there was a need in himself to prove that he was a man, and, you know, things like that. I mean, we all have these things going through our minds at many different times and many different experiences and things that we have throughout the day. And most of those thoughts remain mostly subconscious until situations like this bring our deeper, you know, fears and hopes and view of ourselves to the surface. Because what's really important to point out about this is that a lot of the things that cause us to lash out, to get angry, and sometimes even make a fool of ourselves, the devil loves to help us make a fool of ourselves, is insecurities and things in ourselves that either don't matter or we have the wrong idea about them. For example, Will Smith didn't have to prove that he was a man, if that's what he was thinking. He didn't have to prove himself. And when we think we have to prove ourselves, then that's exactly what we do. But if we understand who we are in Christ and understand our identity and where we came from and what our purpose is, we see absolutely there's no need to prove yourself to other people. Even when it came to, say, for example, the issue came from maybe an argument or something that he had with his wife or something like that, that can be something that they resolve between themselves. And for him to understand what love actually means to a woman, as opposed to going up and slapping another man. Because if you don't fix the problem that's in the relationship that led you to behave that way, then smacking another person or Chris Rock is not going to make any difference whatsoever in the relationship that you actually have. And so there's a lot of things that you can go into this underneath the surface about what Jada was thinking, or how she feels, or, you know, things like that. What Will Smith was thinking, what even Chris Rock was thinking. But the point of it is that we have to take ownership of our thoughts. We have to take ownership of our issues. We have to understand the larger picture that's at play, and make sure we always put these things under the microscope of the word and truth of God, so that we can remain sober-minded enough so when the devil puts that bait out there for you to react in a way that's totally out of character, to maybe embarrass yourself, your family, ruin your career, lose your money, hurt somebody, and all those type of things, we are able to withhold ourselves and hold ourselves back and not become a joke for the enemy or the world. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, with unveiling the spirit about the Will Smith, the famous Oscar Will Smith and it's Chris Rock slap now. I mean, it's everywhere. It's ridiculous. But I just wanted to share a little deeper perspective on those things. And so that's what I like to do. If you guys have any topics or questions or anything you would also like for me to share the spiritual perspective on, just shoot me an email, messenger me on social media, and I will make a video about your question. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Be blessed.